What's going on, good people? I'm keeping it. DJ wants to make something new and try something new. Nah, I stick with what works. What's going on, good people, works. Anyway, we're back for our NXT review. We're only gonna do the 1 week this week. We're not gonna do it like we did last week. We thought it was a good idea when we did it, and then it wasn't. It just wasn't. We're just gonna keep doing week by week. Just makes it easier. But we had the beginning of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, the third Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. And I was a little bit confused with this because I thought, from the way that they explained it, I thought that they would at least have 2 of the matches tonight, but it's only 1 match. So, which I guess makes sense because we have like about, I think, 5 weeks to WrestleMania. So that kind of makes it, you can kind of stretch it out a little bit, which isn't that big of a deal. But any thoughts on the overall show before we get into it?
I thought the show was pretty good. I like the first Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic match, and then the main event as well. I don't want to get too much into my issues with the booking on the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic until we kind of get into the first match. So I don't want to get too much into that before we get into the whole show. But let's just say I don't like it. Let's just put it in that particular vernacular for now, and the rest will be soon enough.
See, and I think we both, in a way, have similar issues with the booking of the Tag Team Classic, at least for 1 match. I don't know if for both matches we had the same issue, but we'll get to that. We'll actually get to that right now. We opened up with the first round match in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, the Authors of Pain versus TM61. Now, this was a great match to open up with. I loved it. I like the booking where they opened this Tag Team Classic with a rematch from, I think it was the 2016 finals. So that was good booking right there. That was good. And there was good storytelling in the match. I liked how they worked together. Obviously AOP is that powerhouse team, but, TM61 weren't, they were no slouches in this match or anything like that. There was a spot where I think it was Shane Thorne did a nice Saito suplex on, I think it was Akam. I was impressed. I was like, you got that man up, okay. And then like 2 minutes later, he gets powerbombed over the top rope onto the apron. I was like, bro, you ain't got to do it to that man. He just came back from injury. You ain't got to do it like that. You ain't got to do him like that. But my issue is the booking the booking of the winner of this match doesn't make sense to me, because why would you take one of your most popular returning teams that just came back, make them lose in the first round of the Tag Team Classic to a team who you are inevitably going to just push up after WrestleMania anyway? So they're not going to, it doesn't make any sense. That's one of the things that didn't make sense to me. But DJ, thoughts on the match while you eating whatever you eat? It looked like you eating wings. You eating wings? What you eating there? What you eating there, boy? What you there? What you? Oh, I want some. What you eating there?
I am trying to eat right now. So give me a second.
One.
Shut up. I got that wings pork chop combo. Ooh. Got that combination. That healthy with that not. But
healthy.
The pork chop is baked.
Okay.
But this match was a good way to start the whole shebang bang. But I guess my issue was kind of similar issue to you, is I feel like the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic is supposed to help a team that kind of hasn't maybe been there yet, or kind of help with someone's push, right? Or give a team a chance to shine that hasn't really been able to shine yet. That's the whole point of it without the titles being involved. So that was kind of my issue with this match being, first off, this match, like being TM61 versus Austin Pain, where, obviously I feel like TM61 should be the team to win this match. But real quick about the match, I thought the match was really good. I thought it was a good way to start. I thought they're kind of that similar kind of yin yang type of situation, where TM61 can do the high flying. They got the high flying ability, but they also got the technical aspect as well. And obviously ALP is the big powerhouses. So, and that big dominant team, and you got TM61 kind of fighting from that underdog type of aspect, like we just came back type of a thing. And I think that does, like you said, hurt their push a little bit too, because TM61 is just coming back. We're expecting this nice push for this big popular team, and they kind of stopped it a little bit with this particular loss, because they could have had them go in to the next round. But I guess my issue is too that they kind of, some of the matches in this this first round, it's booked to where, like, it seems like a lot of teams who are getting pushed are gonna be screwed. Like that's kind of my issue with it too. I think that's my biggest issue with the tournament in general, is I feel like the matches are set up for no one to really benefit from it.
Yeah. I think one of the main examples we kind of both talked about was the was it Heavy Machinery, and was it the Street Profits they're facing? Yeah, that was one of the matches that I initially saw on that bracket, and I was like, no.
Like, that should be a semifinals or a finals match. That should not be, you know what I'm saying? Like, that should not be. Which one? Is it semi then quarter? I always forget this every time. I forget which one's which.
Quarter, semi, and finals.
Okay. Well, like I said, this should be the semi. This should be the semi or the finals. Like, this should be.
Yeah.
I mean, this should be something that these two teams have, they've scratched and clawed their way through the tag team. And like, I think that's the thing about this tournament, is this tournament should be more of a, what is Ring of Honor call their tournament they have? No, it's not a tag team tournament. It's a singles tournament. I can't remember what it's called though. But like, it's basically a tournament where you don't know these guys coming in, but like afterwards you know who they are. I can't remember. Dang it, I can't remember what time. Will Ferrara won it a couple years ago. I can't remember the name of the tournament, but like, it's one of those where it basically starts your push because you get a TV title shot, I think, after you win it or something like that, too. But that's kind of what I want this tournament to be, because that's the whole point of not having the titles involved directly, is to help these other teams that aren't directly in the title push right now but want to be.
Yeah. I definitely
not Rising Stars. I can't remember what it's called. Dang it.
I can't think of it either. It's like, it's right there too. Like but I definitely agree. I think Heavy Machinery, I think Street Profits and TM61 should all at least make it to, and I'm trying to remember how many rounds there are in this.
I think it's only 3. I think.
They should have all at least made it to, the second round. Just, I don't know what they're doing with this booking. But then we get a backstage segment with Roddy, Pete Dunne, and Undisputed Era. I felt like this was setting something up and then didn't. I was like, what was that? What? I don't understand. Like, are we going to get a tag team match now? That's what I'm feeling like. I feel like we're going to get a tag team match out of this. Anytime you have a segment like this, it turns into a tag team match. It's Teddy Long there. But any thoughts on the backstage segment with Undisputed Era, Roddy, Dunne?
I like the backstage segment. I thought it was good. Like you said, I feel like it didn't really set up anything, or like, I don't think it clued us into what it was setting up. Like, it's weird because it seems like it's setting up Pete Dunne versus the world type of a thing, like Pete Dunne trying to, keep that title in the UK. But at the same time, I think the underlying thing it was trying to set up was Adam Cole versus Roderick Strong. right? Like I think that was like that was the main thing it was trying to set up. Even if it's something that doesn't happen like right now, it might be something that happens when Adam Cole finally gets the title.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm excited for that. Like I said, I don't know what they're gonna do with the Pete Dunne situation because he's rarely on NXT. So like, it's not like it's something that like they can build over months and months and months because he's not gonna be on NXT for like the next month.
Yeah. I randomly a triple threat match out of nowhere.
True.
Here it is. Then we had a pretty good Sanity promo. I liked it. WWE NXT. Please listen to me when I say this. Give Alexander Wolf more mic time. He is good. Love that man. Just the way he delivers promos. I personally like it. I don't know if anyone else does, but I like when they let him talk. Any thoughts on the Sanity?
I think too, and this is the thing about Sanity. When you don't, it's the absence makes the heart grow fonder type thing again. Like, you know, we don't hear Sanity talk all the time, right? We don't hear Alistair Black talk all the time. So when they do, we're like, all right, hold up. Mute that, shut up, shut your mouth. And we, you know, you got to watch it. Like, that's how it is, you know? And I think that helps them a lot, that we don't hear from them very often. So then when we do, and they got their own style on top of it, it helps so much. And I think having Nikki Cross there was also big too, because it just added just that little nuancey thing, you know, just a little something that wasn't huge, but still it helped. Yeah, I definitely I like Alexander Wolf. I kind of he's one of he's like the forgotten guy, I feel like, right now, right? Like Killian Dane gets his push, Nikki Cross gets her push because she's in her own, you know, her own division, and then obviously EY is EY, right? EY doesn't even need a push because he's EY, right? And like that's one of the few times we can say that about somebody. Like that EY's not really getting a push, but he's EY. And like Alexander Wolf is like kind of the forgotten guy, I feel like sometimes. So it was nice to see him get his own little thing while Killian Dane's doing his own thing. Because a lot of times I feel like they forget, hey, Killian Dane's doing his own little thing. You can still do something with this guy, right? You can still do something with Alexander Wolf. So I'm excited. I want to see what they do with him. I would like to see them become tag champions. They haven't been before, right?
I think they were.
Yeah, I think they were. But I think it was EY, and it was right before Dane came in. I think it was EY and Alexander Wolf. I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I mean, I still would like to see Alexander Wolf and Killian Dane be. I would like to see Sanity take over. Like that would be. No pun intended, take over, right? Like that's what I want to see. Like I would like to see them, because we haven't seen a faction do that in NXT yet, and I think it would be cool. Like I mean, the Wyatts were there, but I don't think they did anything quite like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and now you have Sanity and you have the Undisputed Era, who are both kind of trying to do that. So, I mean, you could even have a battle between the two, both trying to take over NXT.
And then, even if they wanted to, they could do something, because obviously the rumor is that Adam Cole's going to get the title.
Yeah.
They could even do something like Survivor Series-esque, like something like where whatever teams survives the longest, that's who keeps the titles between those two factions. I don't know if they would do that, but that's something they could do.
Yeah. Moving on to the match of the night, possibly in the match of the month. I'm just saying. We had Bianca Belair versus
Bianca?
Yeah, Bianca. Yeah, Bianca Belair versus Drew Renee. This was a jobber match. What
kind of name is that?
I know. I mean, you know, she was a fan of Drew Barrymore, and she like, I'm gonna have my first name be Drew, even though that's a boy name, and my last name is gonna be a girl name.
It depends on how she spell it, you know.
Yeah,
DRU,
right.
You know, like Drew Hill, you know.
You're right. I think that's how she spells it. I do. I think that's how she spells it. Thoughts on the jobber match where the jobber literally did nothing?
Every time I take a bite, this man's like, "Hey, thoughts on it, bro?"
Well, I know you like jobber matches so much.
No, I don't. I ain't gonna say I skipped this match.
But you skipped this match.
But see what happened was, I was watching on my double E app. I got it on my tablet. I was like this. I was watching. And, I pressed the little skim through. Ooh, I skimmed a little too far. And I just didn't go back. So it's this what happened. But I'm sure Bianca Belair looked good though. I saw her in the backstage segment though, where she came with the glasses and she turned around. That was the most important part, I think that was better than the match. Like that was better than the match.
Yeah, you. I know what you were looking at. But yeah, no, this gonna be my look it up alert. Look it up. It's right there. My look it up alert.
But like, I'm trying to figure out what an EST though. Like usually it's like EST in a year or something. It's just EST though. But when though? Or you the establishment? Is that what you're trying to say?
She the EST of NXT. She the best. She the biggest. She the baddest. She the bootiest apparently. Because that's what you were looking at.
I never admitted to that. I never.
We know. Why else would her turning around be so important? I'm just.
You got to look at the EST, bro.
Anyway. We're moving on.
Look on her jacket.
Yeah, that's what you was looking at. Yeah, with the jacket. Moving on. We had a kind of put these together. Lacey Evans and Shayna Baszler promo thing. They were basically together. There was no point in separating the two. Lacey basically cuts a promo on Dakota Kai, still being shaken up after her match with Shayna. Shayna comes up and says that she's still waiting to hear from Ember Moon about getting back in the ring. The Lacey Evans thing, I feel like didn't do anything because the rumors and from what they're doing on house shows, they're changing her character a little bit and putting her in a faction. So I don't think this is really going to do anything. The Shayna thing, I'm wondering what they're going to do with that. I definitely want to see another match with her and Ember. I think eventually she's probably going to win the title, hopefully. But I don't know. DJ?
See, I didn't realize there was a Shayna Baszler portion of this promo. Like, I like Lacey Evans stopped talking. I was like, okay, next segment. No. But I like the Lacey Evans aspect of it, though. I did. I'm kind of mad they're changing her character because I kind of like it. Like, I'm not gonna I think she's doing a good job with it, and I'm kind of mad that they're changing it, bruh. What y'all doing? Well, stuff I like.
It's still gonna be kind of the same, but she's teaming with Gunner and a couple other guys.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was her. I didn't realize that was her in the picture. So that'll be good, but like all these factions though, like ain't nobody everybody always calling out TNA for factions. Well, what about NXT? All these factions. I'm just saying. Now they got all the factions anyway. They got the iconic duo who we ain't saw in like 2 months. Where they at though? I'm just saying. Where they at though? Where my girl Billie Kay at? Where my girl Peyton Royce at? I'm just saying. I'm missing out. I
think we can get Peyton Royce back. Billie Kay, she can stay.
Shut your mouth when you talk about Billie Kay. Shut your mouth.
Peyton Royce the only good part of the icon duo.
They both good. They both good. You shut your mouth.
Have you seen Peyton Royce though?
I've seen them both. I vividly like watch it with the eyes,
Oh, yeah, with the eyes. Oh, you know what I saw with the eyes? What I saw with the eyes was the greatest Heavy Machinery promo ever. You probably skipped it, didn't you?
See what happened was. So what happened was You know, I was watching it. But I was watching on mute, you know, like I usually do. I was watching it I would never get to hear commentary ever. I was watching it on mute though. And you know, I skipped to the main event because I was gonna watch the segments after the show. But then you sitting there rushing me, sending me links and stuff. So, you know, I was gonna go back. You know, I was gonna go back and I forgot this was a thing. I did. I saw it like at the corner of my eye, but like I forgot it was a thing though.
Well, it's a look it up alert. It's another look it up alert. It was good. It was short, but it was good. I liked it. And then the next segment, DJ probably skipped over too.
See what happened? Oh.
Next, Tomasso Ciampa comes out. He kind of slowly walks to the ring, taking in all the heat. I like how he, slowly came out, letting all the fans just boo and all that stuff. He gets in the ring. I love how every time he wanted to go ahead and say something, the boos would just build up even more. I like that. And I like how he kind of worked the crowd. I think he worked the crowd really well in this match. I thought it was funny when he got mad and threw the mic down and it flew out of the ring and he had to go get it. And then he gets in the ring again and gets mad and throws it down again. And I'm like, bruh, what was you, bruh? Then he goes out, walks around the ring. I like that he actually grabbed one of the fans' Johnny Gargano signs and ripped it. We haven't seen anything like that in a long time in WWE.
Yeah, because God forbid, if you rip a fan sign up, you're the worst person ever and a terrible human being and should be sued by that one mom who was mad that Kevin Owens got on her kid about her shirt, about his freaking shirt. God.
Yeah, but it was definitely good. I like how he rips it and then he beats it with his crutch. I was like, really? That's overboard, man. That's too much. But I love this segment. Even though he didn't say a word, but it worked. Thoughts on the Tomasso segment?
Yeah, I loved it too. Obviously, I love Tomasso. He's my favorite. But I like you said, how he didn't say anything. He just kind of let the crowd speak for him. His mannerisms speak for him. The crutch, I was still kind of like, at first I was like, why are you bringing the crutch out though? He fine. but then like it's kind of symbolism. So I like that too. He just kind of let everything else speak for him. I don't know how he got the crowd to react the way he did, because like sometimes you do segments like this and no one reacts and it kind of, it takes away from the segment. But because the crowd was really into it and really like adamant about booing him when he tried to talk, it really made this segment, it put this segment over the top. I'm curious to see how they're going to do this whole thing with him and Johnny. Obviously, they're going to do some sort of unsanctioned something or another at TakeOver. Probably where Johnny gets his contract back or something. They'll do something like that. So I'm curious to see what they're going to do with that coming up at TakeOver New Orleans. But yeah, I liked it though. As far as the segment is concerned, I just want to see this continued build between these two and see when Johnny comes back. Is it going to be more of a Tomasso show for now, and then Johnny's going to come back a little bit later, or is Johnny going to come back like next week? I'm curious to see how they're going to do it.
Yeah. I'm curious to see how they bring him back, like how he gets back in to have his eventual match with Tomasso, because it has to happen. But on to the main event of the evening. I think the match we were looking forward to the most, at least I was. We had Alistair Black versus Killian Dane. Awesome match. We had a crazy running drop kick by Killian Dane to Alistair Black to open the match. That was surprising. He's talented. He's a big fella, but he can do some things. But to me, this was surprisingly a slower paced, more powerful match than I expected. Obviously, I expected the power between the two. They're two big guys. but I expected a little bit more, speed and agility between the two because we know they both can, speed it up. But it was surprisingly slower than I expected. I did love Killian Dane working on Alistair Black's ribs, kind of focusing on that. That was definitely good, good in-ring work there. I almost wanted this to be a takeover match just because in a takeover match they would have, given that much more. I mean, it was a great match nonetheless, but if it was on takeover, I feel like it would have felt that much bigger. And then build from there to a tag team or a championship match. But unfortunately, the next, takeover is WrestleMania, the big one. So, they can't really do that. But definitely a really good match. I liked it. And your winner and soon to be NXT champion, Alistair Black, baby. DJ?
Nope, you're wrong. You're wrong. And it's pronounced soon to be. You're wrong, by the way. But anyway, this match, I loved it. I love Killian Dane, obviously. Big Damo. I love Big Damo. And I love Alistair Black. And I think watching these two in the ring together reaffirmed my love for them. Like just watching them in the ring together was like, you know what? Yep, I agree. But like you said, this is a good match. I loved it. I agree. It would have been cool if they could have done some sort of takeover. This at takeover or something like that. I mean, I had thoughts that they could do like they fight first at takeover and then fight for the title. But I don't know if that's the build they want to go with, right? Like, because then they gotta build them both to be going after the title and whatnot. So I don't know if this is gonna make it a little bit more personal, with it just being Alistair Black and Andrade Ciampa now. And I kind of wondering how they're gonna build this, because I think Cian has beat Alistair Black at once, right?
No, I think Alistair Black is undefeated. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah. So like, I think that's what I'm wondering too. Like with Alistair Black being undefeated, I think before this match, Damo was close to undefeated. Like
not now.
Well, obviously not now, but I'm talking about like if they would have built it to where these two faced that takeover and then faced Andrade, they could have went with the whole like, oh, blah, 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 undefeated, blah, blah, blah. They love streaks. But anyway, good match though. Like you said, I love the combination of athleticism and power in this match. I thought that was good. And I'm just excited for Andrade versus Alistair Black. Well, Alistair Black will lose to my boy Andrade Ciampa because he is the greatest NXT. Okay, Neville is but he is the second greatest NXT champion of all time, baby. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Since I'm going down to New Orleans, I might have to, get me a ticket to that takeover New Orleans, because I gotta be there to see that beautiful belt around the waist of Alistair Black. It's gonna look so good. Or he can do it on the shoulder. He can do either one. It's gonna look just as good because he's gonna be the champ, baby.
Now he gonna take an L and he ain't gonna be able to bounce back, Casey. It's gonna happen. Andrade gonna retain.
I mean, or Adam Cole gonna somehow come in there and cash in.
Carmella gonna cash in her Money in the Bank. That's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen. That's what she's been holding it for. I knew it.
I knew it. She's a part of the Undisputed Era. I knew it. They didn't say it was specifically for a women's title. They just said for a title. That's what it is. But that was your NXT review for 3/7/18. It was supposed to be the end of the world with the snowstorm, and it didn't happen. Good job, news. But we will be back tomorrow for your Impact Wrestling review. Obviously next week for the second match of the first round of the Dusty Classic.
Of the third annual.
But there's so many numbers. There's so many. It's almost like the Royal Rumble. All the numbers, and they count the numbers. We'll be back for that. We have a couple discussions coming up. We're not sure exactly what days we're going to be doing discussions. The Facebook discussions that we're going to be doing. But we have a couple coming up, so that'll be interesting. But be sure to hit that subscribe button. You can actually just hit it down in the corner, right down here, right down. There's a watermark. Hit it, pick it. You ain't even got to leave the video. You ain't even got to leave the video. I mean, you're going to have to leave the video because it's going to end soon, but like, you ain't got to leave it now. You take it right there. Take it right there. And go follow us on Twitter at ICW_podcast. Go follow us on Instagram at ICW_podcast. The other stuff I don't remember. There's a Facebook page and stuff.
Facebook.com/ICW podcast. No underscores.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. We will see you on the flippity dippity. Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.